Hi friends, today we're going to talk about text features some more, so headings, titles, photos, captions, those kinds of things, as well as facts and opinions with our AweMusic text. Okay, so you're going to need your hardback reading book to go along with this lesson, as well as a piece of paper. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is text features. Okay, so we're going to use a brace map to talk about the different text features that are found in our AweMusic. Okay, so remember, a brace map shows your part to whole relationships. All right, so you have your bracket like this. On the outside, you have your whole, right, which in this case, we're going to put AweMusic text features. Okay, because we're talking specifically about the text features we can find in our weekly text, AweMusic. So that's our whole. Okay, now, thinking about the parts are going to be our examples of text features. So in this book, we're going to be able to find titles, headings, highlighted words. So remember, bold words can also be a text feature. So highlighted words, bold words, but we're just going to, there's no bold words, just highlighted words. Illustrations, or drawings, pictures, right? In this case, they don't use real pictures, like photos, I mean. Diagram, which remember is a picture that has labels and things with it. Whoops. And then, of course, there are some real photos. Well, let's get that one out actually, because that would be, if we were using other text, there would be some other ones. So in this case, let's just talk about titles, headings, highlighted words, illustrations, and diagrams. All right? So, remember with our brace map, we can also have a bracket in between. So like we did with our compound words, where we had the sentences and how they're breaked up, we're going to put little brackets where we're going to collect examples from the text of these text features. Okay? So, if we go to our text on page 410, 411, the first text feature I can see right away is our title, right? So, right here on page 410 is our title. So if I go back to my piece here, next to title, I'm going to write page 411 because that's where the example of our title is. Okay? So now let's go through and look for some headings. Remember, headings are like the titles of different sections. So it's not the main title of a piece, but it's a heading. Now there's lots of headings in this book, so let's pull out a few pages. Here's one on 412. It's Music is Sound. So again, just like this, we're just going to put page 412. All right, here's another one on page 413. All right, so you can use a lot of different pages have headings, right, in this text. You could put a lot of those in our brace map. So let's look for some highlighted words. So we've already used these pages, so let's move forward and see if we can use another one. Here is a highlighted word on page 415. So going back to my brace map with highlighted words, I'm going to put page 414, or 15, excuse me. And let's see if we can find another one. Oh, here's another one here on 416. Which you could be even more specific and say the word that is highlighted found on that page. So that one was expression. If we go back to headings, let's look at the one on page 413. Was music is rhythm. So we could have put that. Music is rhythm. Right? So you can also have that in your brace map to be even more specific. So there's illustrations on a lot of pages. Let's move forward. Let's use 417. And you could maybe even describe what those pages are. All right. Now it's not in this story, but I wanted to show an example of it because we haven't used it in the past. But if you go to page 48 in your book, so way back to our family, there was a diagram on this page where they had her family, right? The family tree. So if we were looking for text features anywhere in our book, we could also put that the diagram was on page 48. All right, so these are the different pieces and examples of text features in our text, right? So I also want to talk about facts and opinions, right? Before we wrap up text features, though, remember text features are primarily used with informational texts and informative pieces, so nonfiction texts. All right, so remember this is our brace map. Right? So we're going to use another thinking map for facts and opinions, but this time we're going to use a tree map. So you can flip it over and use the other side of your paper. And we're going to now switch gears and talk about fact and opinion. All right? So we're going to put fact or opinion as our title. We're going to kind of phrase it as a question, fact or opinion. All right, and our tree map is going to have two branches here, where we're going to have fact or opinion. Now, remember, a fact is something that is you can prove to be true. So think of prove it. Right? Fact, you can prove it. An opinion is a belief or feeling. Right? It's how someone feels. It's what someone believes. But it's not something you can really prove like the way that a fact is. All right? So let's think of a few examples from the text. So here's a sentence from our text. A clarinet is a woodwind instrument. Is that a fact or an opinion? Well, it's a fact, right? It's something you can prove. Woodwind is a kind of instrument, and you can prove that a clarinet is a woodwind. It's not how someone feels, it's something you can prove. So we're going to put that under our facts. So, a clarinet is a woodwind instrument. We'll go ahead and box it just to make it really clear. Which, fun fact, I played the clarinet and I was in the woodwind section when I was in band. All right, let's think of an opinion. Rock and roll, oh, well, I told you it's opinion, but rock and roll is the music is the best. Okay, anytime you're going to hear something like is the best, things like that, it's an opinion, right? Because not everyone might feel like rock and roll is the best, but that is what someone might feel. So that's going to be an opinion. Rock and roll is the best. Right? So it's going to be an opinion. All right, I'm going to give you another one and try not to tell you where it goes this time. All right, what about playing the piano is very hard to learn? Would that be a fact or an opinion? Playing the piano is very hard to learn. Well, that would be an opinion, right? Because not everyone might feel like it's hard. Some people might pick it up quicker than others, and so that's how someone feels. They feel like playing the piano is very hard to learn. So playing the piano is very hard to learn. Right? So we think that that's an opinion. All right. Let's do one more. A conductor is someone who leads a band. A conductor is someone who leads a band. Is that a fact or an opinion? What do you think? It's a fact, right? That's something you can prove. That's what they're called. The person who leads the band is called a conductor, and that's the one who's in the front going like this so that they know how to keep time is what they're there for, and to kind of direct how they play. They're also called a good director. So a conductor is someone who leads a band, and that is a fact. So remember, we've talked about both of these subjects before, text features and facts and opinions. It's just review and continuing to work with them. So remember, text features are used in informational texts. They are headings, titles, highlighted words. They're key pieces of those texts. Facts and opinion. Facts are something you can prove to be true. An opinion is how someone feels or believes. So you're going to work with those today. All right, friends, as always, work hard, do your best, and have a great rest of your day.